Thank you for joining me today on Hey It's Dwayne as we explore the variety of different modes of transportation here at Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World, being the size of a small city, has to figure out a way to have an infrastructure to move the millions of people that visit the site every year. So in order to do that, they have a variety of different options for us, the guests, to be able to take, from buses to trams to trains to minivans to boats to gondolas to walking, a whole plethora of different ways that you can use to get yourself around. Today we are going to be going through and doing each of those modes, letting you know where those will actually take you while you're here on site and give you some insight into the best ones for each situation. The Disney Skyliner is a gondola style system that transport guests around Walt Disney World. It opened in September of 2019, has 5 loading stations at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's Caribbean Beach, Disney's Riviera, Disney's Pop Century and Art of Animation resorts, as well as at Epcot. The Skyliner covers nearly 3 miles with 50 towers supporting the system throughout the property. The cabins do move continuously, which is a great feature, allows quick loading, and moves lots of guests throughout the year. We're on the Disney Skyliner, the gondola system, which is a way to travel by air. So Disney may not have planes, but we can still travel by air. So by air, by land, by sea, through the various means of transportation. And so this is a great way to see different parts of the property that you normally wouldn't see, from the backside of the different areas to...
Soon we'll be flying past Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. This charming lakeside resort offers magical lounges, enchanting restaurants, and live entertainment on the boardwalk every evening.
Different views you may not normally see from up above, as if you were a bird flying through the sky. You can see the backstage area of some of the pieces of Epcot, flying over the backside of different resorts, over the different highways, and they give educational tidbits too in the speaker announcements. All right, so each of the cars are uniquely wrapped in different Disney themes, so different characters, different movies, so that way you can, each one is a different, same experience, but different view. You can't see it very well from the inside, but at least from the outside, you can, as they fly by, you can see the different wraps. Stitch, Coco, Guardians of the Galaxy, Toy Story, all sorts of different ones that go by. So it's another just unique way. The buses have their unique wraps as well, but it's a cool little addition that they do have for the Skyliner. All right, although it is a glass box, it is surprisingly cool in the Florida heat, because there is a cross breeze that comes through with the movement of the actual gondola to keep it going. It's not air conditioned, but the air does flow through. Actually, right now, I have goosebumps going from how chilly it is within here. I mean, granted, it is only like 62 degrees in Florida today, but that could still be warm in a glass box. So another mode of transportation is boats. There are a variety of different boats you can catch at the Walt Disney World property. Right now we are on the Friendship boat, which goes around the Epcot Resorts area. So we just got on at Epcot, and this will go to the Boardwalk, the Yacht and Beach, Swan and Dolphin, and then always back over to Hollywood Studios. So it's another form of transportation between those two parks. And it's a nice convenient one as well. Another means of transportation around different resorts is the Surrey bikes, which you can rent for about $30 to $35 for a half hour. It allows you to not necessarily get around, because it is going from one spot and bringing it back to the same spot, but it lets you explore still and get around areas such as the Boardwalk, Fort Wilderness, and resorts along those lines like that. And then for those who want more adventure in their life of transportation and don't want to be confined within a metallic structure of some sort, you have the good old-fashioned version of walking. There is a variety of different paths at Walt Disney World that you can take to walk around between resorts and even between some parks. Now, walking between parks is very limited between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. However, walking between some of the resorts, there is a more expansion expansive piece to do that. So here on this path, this is actually the path between Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Over this way, we have the Swan and Dolphin, we have the Boardwalk Hotel, and over there is Epcot. And then on this side is the way that you go over to Hollywood Studios via the boat that just went by, or just by walking this path here. In this same area, we do have the boardwalk that gives you access to walk around the Yacht and Beach resorts and boardwalk, and then Swan and Dolphin, as I mentioned. And there are a bunch of other just random paths that you can take to either walk, or if you're in the mood to run as well. So another mode of transportation is the bus. There's buses at all the resorts to go to the variety of different parks depending on what other means of transportation they have. So right here, leaving Disney's Riviera Resort, you can go to the Magic Kingdom or to Animal Kingdom via bus. But since there are other modes of transportation, such as the Skyliner, to go to Epcot Hollywood Studios, they do not run those buses unless those other modes of transportation are down or it's super busy. But the bus is great because it fits lots of people, room for sitting, standing, and it's an easy, convenient, old school, hard tradition way of getting around property. So transportation via buses at Disney is one of the oldest forms of transportation there is. So when Disney was constructed, there was the boats. Then once more hotels started coming in, the buses. And it's, again, a great way to get around property. It's very convenient. They have the infrastructure built for it. With Walt Disney World having miles and miles of land and having so much distance between the different parks and resorts, it's a great traditional form of transportation. And it lets you see the different areas of the resort as you're driving through. It can, at the end of the day or beginning of the day, be very packed and busy. But as you can see right now, we're midday at lunchtime. There's barely anyone on the bus, so it makes it convenient during that time frame. But it's great that this is one of many modes of transportation now, so that we don't strictly rely on this. You can use this in so many other ways. So as I mentioned for the Skyliner, we had air there, so by air, by land, by sea for the boats, so they have it all here at Disney. All right, so every bus depot has a bus directory, so that way whenever you are at whether it's the park or at the resort, you know which area to go to, which gate designation is the bus that you want to take. So if you're at the resort, it might say just location 1 to come to Magic Kingdom, as ours did. But here at Magic Kingdom, it actually has a whole plethora of different gates, and as you can see in the background, so many different terminals for the buses. So it's good to be able to look at the bus directory to know where you want to go to get your proper bus, so that way you're catching the right one, you're going the right direction. So kudos to Disney for having it all set up that way.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome aboard. Next up will be the Transportation and Ticket Center, better known as the parking lot. If you wish to join us on the upper deck, please use the handrails provided for your safety. Please also ask that there is no sitting or standing on the stairway at any time while the boat is in motion.
We going up?
Sure. All right, so now we are on the ferry boat between Magic Kingdom and the Ticket and Transportation Center. This is one of the unique ways to get to Magic Kingdom Park. There's the ferry, there's the monorail as the two options once you park your car. But within the Seven Seas Lagoon here, you also have the boat, the water taxi options that you can see over there to go to the Magic Kingdom resorts, area resorts, such as Disney's Polynesian, the Contemporary, and Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. So lots of different means of traffic and transportation right here within this one man-made sea, which is fantastic. The ferry boat is great because it's 2 levels. You can stand, you can sit, it can fit a lot of people going back and forth. They usually run minimum 2, 1 going each way. During the busy season, maybe 4, 2 going each way. So that way, just maximize the people going in and out of the parks. And it's great because as you're going through, you pass through, you can wave at the other ship. If that way you can see the folks going the opposite direction of which way you're going, which is always fun. And then it's just a great vantage point of seeing the different resorts, like the Polynesian bungalows and the new tower there at Disney's Polynesian, as well as a great view of Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And when you're on your way to Magic Kingdom, you get great views of the castle and Space Mountain. Just an overall relaxing trip to take. If you're looking to ride a boat while at Walt Disney World, the ferry here between Ticket and Transportation Center and Magic Kingdom is an option. The water taxis between the resorts at Magic Kingdom is an option. There is the Disney Springs to Port Orleans water boat that also goes to Saratoga as an option. And then there are the water taxis that we rode earlier, the friendship boats that run around Epcot and the Epcot resorts. All right, so we are now at Epcot at the monorail station. The monorail is a form of transportation that you could take from the Ticketing and Transportation Center to Epcot. And so if you want to transfer between Epcot to Magic Kingdom, you would go from here to the Ticketing and Transportation Center, hop off, and then get onto the monorail over to the Magic Kingdom. The monorail line has a straight path from here to there, and then once you get to the Ticket and Transportation Center, you can ride it directly to Magic Kingdom, or there's also a resort bound monorail as well, so two different tracks. The resort bound one will get you to Disney's Polynesian Resort, Disney's Contemporary Resort, as well as Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, those Magic Kingdom resorts. So you have the option to go to the resorts or to the two theme parks, which is a fun way to travel between the parks. Have a couple different options. Each line has a variety of different monorail colors: silver, coral, turquoise. Some people have their favorites that they like to ride. Other people just hop on it because it's their mean of transportation. Right, so if you are in a rush or it's late at night and there's means of transportation that isn't running, Disney does have a partnership with Lyft. So they have their own minivan services, which is you can get through the Lyft app. So if you go into Lyft, you have to be within Walt Disney World Studios. You just say where you're going. So if I'm going to Disney's Hollywood Studios from where I'm at now, you would select the minivan location for both of them. And then it gives you the option for the minivans, accessible or regular. So you can see though, to get the themed ones, it is a little bit pricier. So right now, $35 for a minivan versus just $9 for a regular Lyft. But it's cool, it's themed, it's run by Disney cast members, so it's slightly different than getting a Lyft itself. So if you're in, you have a couple dollars to do, I would say try it out, see if you like it. Private ride between here and where you're going within Disney property, can't really beat that. All right, another form of transportation we have is the tram. The tram service gets you from your car to the parks, parks to the car. While you're at Disney, you're gonna be doing lots of walking through the parks. So for some folks, it is an option to take because some of these parking lots are quite massive. It allows you to, especially at the end of the night when you're tired with the kids, hop on, get a ride to your car, to be able to get off your feet just even for 5 minutes to get there. It's great, nice big service that just pulls you along. Doesn't really get you anywhere other than in the parking lot, but still want to count it as a form of transportation since you can take it. All right, so we've done all the different various forms of transportation. We've traveled by air via the Skyliner. We've done by land on the buses and the trams. We've done by sea on the ferry and the friendship boats. Went to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom. We did not hit Animal Kingdom, but that's okay. A couple different resorts, stopped and had lunch. And we did it all within 4 hours, which shows you how convenient and efficient the Disney Transportation Network and system is. They have a great infrastructure built out for it, and it truly works very well for the guests coming and going within the Walt Disney World complex here. So if you are coming in and riding and trying a different transportation, let us know what your favorite form is, or if you've been here before, again, what has your favorite been in the past? Look forward to hearing you in the comments, and hopefully you'll join us for the next episode of Hey, It's Dwayne.